Do you want to grow an audience and earn a full-time income online? I'm going to show you how to do it today. Welcome to ProfitCopilot.com. My name is Mick Meaney. I'm here to help you to get more website traffic and show you how to convert that so you can profit from your passion. So today I'm going to show you how to earn a full-time income in less than 12 months. I'm saying 12 months because I want to be very conservative. I don't want to give you any false expectations here. And I'm not asking you to buy anything either. This is the best strategy because all of your traffic is going to be free forever, even when you stop making content. With all other business models, they require you to spend money on advertising. So if you stop paying for those ads, then your business ceases to exist. But with my approach, you will generate passive income forever. But listen, it does take some work. So today you're going to get the full strategy. This is a full training course that's going to show you how to do it. You're going to get it completely for free. Plus, I'm going to give you extra free training courses that show you how to go deeper into some of the topics that we cover in this one. So nothing is going to cost you a penny today. So I'm going to show you the 6 tools that you need to get up and running with this stuff. You probably already have most of them, if not all of them. So you're already in a really good position. You don't have to make any videos. You don't have to be an expert in your niche. You don't have to buy advertising. You don't have to lie to anybody or use hype or any unethical techniques. And I'm going to show you inside my actual YouTube analytics. You're going to see how we build a business in the real world, not just theory. We're actually going to see how it's done and really what goes into building that. So I'm going to show you the truth. And this is the stuff that very few people want to show you because they want to promote that product to you. They want you to buy that thing that you don't really need. So this is the stuff that almost nobody else is prepared to show you. You're going to get my exact content creation strategy too. I'm going to give you 10 ways to get unlimited content ideas. I'm going to give you the 3 types of content that you need to make and where to promote it. I'm going to give you 7 extra types of content that you should be promoting and using. I'm going to tell you how to find out what's working so you can do more of that. Then I'm going to give you the mother of all monetization strategies. There's 16 ways to profit from your website. You got to see it to believe it. And I'm going to show you the right balance between adding value to people's lives, to your audience, and selling. Now, you know that I don't like selling very much, but yet every single month I make more money, I make more sales than the previous month, even though I don't like selling too much. I'm going to show you the actual funnel that I use. It's simple. Anyone can do it. So copy me. I want you to copy this stuff. I want you to actually get the results that you need. So do copy me. And then we're going to wrap up with my plans for the next year. So I'm going to tell you what's for me in the year ahead. And here's a little clue. It's goodbye to my social life, but you don't have to do that. Okay, I'm going to show you the results that I've got from working 4 hours a day, just 4 hours a day. And now I think I want to do more. But before you get your hands dirty with this stuff, this is a workshop, so you're going to have to take part in this. I want you to ask yourself, is this right for you? I want you to really make a conscious decision if this is right for you. I want you to make a commitment to yourself. So ask yourself, how long have you been trying to succeed online and how long have you been failing? How many crappy products have you bought? How many lies have you bought into? How many gurus have missold to you? How many promises have been broken? I'm going to say it's a lot. How many times have you been lied to? And how many times have you given up only to start again? Well, all that ends today. Okay, you are in exactly the right place that you need to be at exactly the right time. Think about it. Think about all the other things that you could be doing right now. All the other places you could be, but you chose to be here with me. You chose to check this out and you chose to get involved and take part in this instead of all the other things that you could have possibly chosen to do. So you are in exactly the right place. You already have the desire and the interest that you need to succeed. We just need to give you the strategy. We need to make sure that you understand the truth about succeeding online. So you can stop buying those crappy products. So you can stop listening to those gurus who just lie to you in the hope of taking your money. You don't need any of that stuff. You have everything you need right here. And I'm not asking you to buy anything. The only thing I'm asking you to invest in is yourself, because I know you can do it. Anyone can do this. I've done the Profit Copilot experiment to prove that anyone can do it. You just need the right strategy. I'm giving that to you today. So make a commitment to yourself. Promise yourself that you will give yourself 12 months. And yeah, I'm being conservative because I don't want you to have false expectations. I don't want you to get to month 6 and not be able to replace your full-time income and think, well, this stuff isn't working, because that is the mentality that those greedy gurus depend upon in order to take your money. And it's a lie. Yeah, this is going to take time. It's going to take a lot of hard work. But listen, you're on Profit Copilot, right? You probably know that that is the case already. So it's not going to come as a huge shock to you. So today I'm going to show you the content marketing strategy that gets results. It creates passive income. You're going to learn how to make passive income today. And the big lie about passive income is that you don't have to do anything. We have to work at it. Passive income takes a lot of work in the beginning. I'm going to show you the beginning stage and then how that compounds, and then it starts to run on autopilot. And it really does become its own thing. It kind of snowballs. So for you to start, let's start with the end result, okay? I'm going to assume that you want to earn an honest living from helping people. That's what Profit Copilot is all about. So of course, you should monetize your skills, your website, your email list, whatever. You should aim to make money from helping people. And you should make people ask themselves. This is the key question that you want your customers, your potential customers, to ask themselves. You want them to say, well, wow, if he's giving away this mind-blowing content for free, if he's giving away this amount of value for nothing, then I can only imagine what kind of amazing results he is going to give me if I become a paying student or purchase his product. What results will I get then, considering he's giving this away for free? That is what you want your customers, your potential customers, to think. Because if you are doing things right, and I'll show you how to do it right, then you are going to be able to deliver on both fronts. To both people who don't buy from you, but you will be able to separate the people who do buy from you and treat them completely different. You will be able to give them so much more value. You will make sure that they absolutely know that purchasing from you was one of the best decisions they ever made. And I'm going to show you how to deploy that to people. And we can only do it through delivering value, through having genuine care and a genuine passion for what we do. I'm here to show you how to do it. I'm going to prove that anyone can do it, and you can do it too. And we can do it in a really ethical and honest way too. I don't use income claims. I don't use hypey stuff. I don't use manipulative tricks or lies or any of that stuff to try and convince someone to buy from me. I do it through delivering maximum value so they can see for themselves that what I give them is going to benefit them. So, hey, maybe they're going to get 10 times what they pay for if they become a customer, right? So let's head to the whiteboard. Let's head over to the computer and let me walk you through the entire plan. Okay, so we're at the digital whiteboard, and I'm going to use this to make bullet points to help maybe illustrate my point. So before we really get down into things, I'm going to make sure that I am being completely transparent. I'm not hiding anything, not keeping anything back. So I'm promising you full transparency. And the challenge for me with this is to really find out if I can spell the word transparency, because it's going to be quite embarrassing if I promise transparency and I can't even spell the word. So transparency. Maybe that's right. So I'm promising full transparency, if that's how it's spelled. And with this method, my method that I'm teaching you today, it is exactly the same strategy that I used to build Profit Copilot and other websites. Obviously, Profit Copilot is a little bit different because it's almost like my baby. I didn't start it with really any intention to turn it into something that it has become to me. I just started with an idea in 2010, long time ago. I did nothing with it for a long time. I bought the domain name. I set up a YouTube channel. Probably got Twitter, that kind of thing. And then it just sat dormant for a very long time. I maybe uploaded a video just every now and then, literally whenever I felt like it. It wasn't even weekly, it wasn't monthly, it was like maybe, I don't know, every 6 months, if that. And it was just what was working in my other businesses, what was working in my other websites. So that's what Profit Copilot was. And then in 2017, November 2017, I decided to get serious about it, because what had happened up until that point is the frequency of the content I was producing was starting to increase slowly over time. And I was starting to get more into this Profit Copilot thing because I was starting to share my knowledge and experience. And my passion for marketing and digital marketing eventually overtook everything else that I felt passionate about, and Profit Copilot, sharing this digital marketing stuff, that became almost like my main hobby. And of course, I teach people how to monetize their hobbies. So here we are. So I'm going to prove that anyone can do this. And I haven't invested in advertising, so you won't have to. No ads. You're not going to have to leverage contacts. So what else? You're not going to have to start with an email list. So you build that as time goes on. So you don't need to start with this stuff. We start building the email list almost straight away. You are going to need discipline, so let's put on a D. Discipline, you're going to need persistence. So discipline plus persistence plus strategy. When we do that, we make a lot of money. So discipline plus persistence plus strategy equals profit. That's how we do it. And in order to generate this profit, oh look, we got red on the board. So in order to generate profit, we have to have the right audience. So right, how do you spell audience? That's another word for me to struggle with. Audience. So we need the right audience. So you don't need to have a massive audience. It can be a small audience, that's fine. Listen, you can profit from 50 visitors a day. So just 50. You'll do okay. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So the right audience doesn't have to be a massive audience. And these are going to be the people that you will naturally gravitate towards anyway, because you have that shared interest, you have that shared passion. And these are the people that you genuinely want to help. And these people genuinely want your help. So it's like this perfect match. And that means that you actually genuinely care about the people that you help. So it becomes more than just about that profit. It becomes about more than just that 50 visitors a day to make profit. It becomes, I don't know, it becomes like a mission that is not focused about money. It's about helping people to get results, about genuinely caring about your audience and doing whatever you can, whatever is within your power, to to help them succeed. You will do it. You will naturally want to do that. Of course, you should create a 2-tier system. So with the right audience, let's break this down a little bit further. So you got the freebie seekers, and then you've got the buyers. So let's separate them into 2 groups. So the freebie seekers, they get your content, your free content, emails, blog posts, YouTube videos. It's getting a bit crowded. Podcasts, let's add that here. Podcasts, all your free content, everything that you create for free. The freebie seekers, the guys who haven't purchased and may never purchase, will get all this stuff, which is still really good, right? Who wouldn't complain about having that for free? That's fantastic. But the people who buy from you, the ones who support you financially, who value you and your message and your content enough to hand over their hard-earned money, who trust you enough to do that, these guys, these become your number one priority. Okay, because the nice lifestyle that you're going to have and all that stuff comes from these guys. I can't emphasize enough how much you should absolutely do whatever you can to help these guys, because without them you don't have any of this stuff, right? So it's these guys create that. And listen, you don't need that many of these buyers to succeed. And a common obstacle that I hear from freebie seekers that prevents them from moving into the buyers group is price. They can't afford it. Let me tell you something. If somebody really values what you've got, they will find a way to purchase from you. Price is not really the obstacle. People will spend stupid amounts of money on ridiculous things. But when it comes to paying for something that will actually benefit them, you have to make them see that. You have to demonstrate that through the free content that you give away over here. So you use this to build trust, build value, to help move the freebie seekers into the buyers group. And I'll show you how to do this in this training course. And listen, if you don't charge, if you don't ask for the sale, of course, no one's going to buy from you, right? If you give away all your stuff for free forever, people will take that, gladly take that. But you need to put systems in place, which I'll show you how to do. How to prevent people from just consuming all your content for free and never buying from you. Because we need to make a living, right? It's only fair. And if you're in the internet marketing niche, which I know a lot of you guys are, listen, you're teaching people how to make money. You're teaching people how to better themselves, how to improve their lives, right? So you deserve to get paid. Everybody deserves to get paid. And in this freebie seekers group, we've got tire kickers, right? These are the people who complain, even though you give them the free stuff, they will still complain when you ask them to buy. Okay, most people in this group, freebie seekers, even if they don't buy, they're happy. They're happy that you're attempting to sell. The ones that get pissed off and annoyed, the tire kickers, hey, you need to get rid of them from your ecosystem, because they will latch on to you like a leech or a vampire and try and consume as much as they can from you while complaining about your attempts to earn a living. Right? So I'll show you how to recognize tire kickers. When you spot them, what you do is you give them multiple opportunities to buy from you. If they don't buy from you after multiple opportunities, then we can automate it so they are removed from our email list. I'll show you how to do that. So the focus for you should be on your buyers. Let's recap a little bit. So the freebie seekers, they consume all your free content. If someone emails you, asks for your opinion, personal help, that kind of thing, and they're in this group, then you refer them back to all the free content that you've created. That's its purpose. But if someone is in this group, the buyers group, and they've actually handed over their hard-earned money to you, then when they ask you for help, you give them personal attention. So I'm just going to write PA on there. So you give them your time, your attention. You do whatever you can to help them because they're helping you. It's a fair trade, right? In fact, you give them more than they paid for. You over-deliver. And you can do that through just being there for them. Letting those guys bounce their ideas off you, ask you questions. Last Sunday night, it was about 10 past 11 or something like that. I got an email from one of my students. She just joined up earlier in the day and she had a few questions. She wanted to know my opinion on a domain name that she was looking at, and it was 11 o'clock at night. I was winding down for the day. Get this email. I could have done two things. I could have either passed that on to a VA to deal with, which I don't do. Generally, I don't do that. Or I could have waited for the next morning, for Monday morning, and then answered and helped her out, solve that problem. Or I could have helped her there and then, so she got a response within 20 minutes. Of course, right? You know me. You know what I did. I wrote her out the best response that I could have. Gave her the best possible advice that was in my mind at that time and sent it back to her within 20 minutes. Obviously, she was stoked, blown away by that. She wasn't really expecting any help so fast. And that cemented her initial belief in my product, that purchasing was a good idea. So that's the kind of emotion you want to trigger in the people who buy from you, and you can continue even if they don't contact you. You can still trigger that feeling by giving them free stuff, exclusive free stuff. Let's put an E on there. So EFS, exclusive free stuff that nobody else gets. None of the people on the freebie seeker list, they don't get any of the exclusive stuff. So this is something that I'm looking at to really develop for the next 12 months to make sure that the people who have trusted me enough with their money, have trusted me enough to deliver on my promises, are absolutely blown away by getting more free stuff that I never promised them in the first place. So this is getting a bit crowded. So to make this work, what you need to do, let's have a look at this again. Sorry. So to get all this running the way it needs to run, so to target to the right audience, to have discipline, persistence, and the right strategy, even if you don't have an email list, any contacts, or any budget for ads, to make all this happen, to get this profit, the best way of doing it is to have passion. Now, this is a word I do know how to spell because I say it so often. And you profit from that. So, it's not a mistake or it's not a coincidence that the Profit Copilot tag is Profit Copilot, profit from your passions. Okay. So your passion leads to profit. Now, how do you know if you've got the right niche, the right passion? Well, it's pretty simple. So look at your bookshelf. Look at your browsing history. As terrifying as that might be for some, it will tell you what your interests are, the things that you tend to Google. And watch on YouTube. What have you purchased from Amazon or eBay or Kickstarter? And the big clue is conversations. So what you talk to your friends and family about, what is it that you keep trying to divert the conversation back to? For me, it's marketing, digital marketing. I bore the hell out of everybody because I'm so into it. And this YouTube thing that I do, and the podcast and the blog posts, is really like a vehicle for me to get rid of all this energy that I have for it. And of course it feeds itself. It's like this upward spiral where the more you do, the more passionate you become, the more passionate you become, the more you do. So have a look at what's on your bookshelf, the type of books that you read. Maybe I should add Kindle in there as well. Have a look at your browsing history. See what blogs you read. Have a look through the things that you tend to Google, the YouTube videos that you watch. Have a look at your buying habits. What kind of products do you spend money on? Because there's like a 99% chance that you're going to be really into those topics if you're spending money on them. And then have a look at the conversations that you start with family and friends, or every time you try and divert the conversation towards a specific topic. And listen, there's a high probability that your niche, the thing that you're passionate about, is right in front of you. It's so close to you, you can't even see it. So it might take a little bit of time to find it. I'll give you a good example. So I was talking to one of my students a few weeks ago called Don. And if you're watching, Don, hiya. Thanks for checking it out. And we had a little conversation on Facebook Messenger. He was having trouble finding his niche. We spoke about his history, his interests when he was a bit younger, the things that he's passionate about right now. And it seemed like psychology, sports psychology, was really where he was at. But I asked the question, what are you doing right now? Right now, besides speaking to me, what are you doing? And he said that on his computer window, one window was the conversation with me. Another window was an email that he was about to send. But there was another window open where he was working on C programming code. Now, I've got a book on C somewhere, tried to learn it, gave up after about half an hour. I know it's a pretty difficult language for someone like me. Right? But the fact that Don, it turns out, has like 20 years experience in programming C. Not only that, he also knows other languages too. Wow. And it was so close to him. It was something that was so ingrained in his personality, part of him, he couldn't even recognize it. So there's a possibility that the thing that you are born to do, your true calling, is so close to you it becomes invisible. So be aware of that. And take the time to really analyze your daily actions. And it might be something that you just tend to do and you don't even think about it. For me, it tends to be photography, I think, video editing maybe, Photoshop, these kind of things that I've got 20 years experience with, but I don't really share it on the internet. too much. But the big one, I suppose, is digital marketing. That's always been like the big driving force in my life, going back right to when I was like maybe 17, 18. IT in general, I mean, way back, I've always been into that stuff, but have a really good think about the things that you do every day. I mean, everything that you do every day. Maybe you cook that meal every day and you put a lot of thought into it. Maybe you daydream about that meal that you're going to cook, and then you really enjoy buying the ingredients, putting together new combinations, trying stuff out. You just love the reaction from people when they try your food. It could be something as simple as that. So once you know what your niche is, what your true passion is, you have to deliver value. And lots of it. So if we go back to this, so we can do that through podcasts, creating content, emails, blogs, YouTube, that kind of stuff. I'm going to get into this in a bit more detail, but the point is we have to deliver as much value as we can based on that passion, based on that topic. We deliver as much value as we can to both the freebie seekers and the buyers. So freebie seekers and buyers both get value. However, the buyers obviously get like 10 times the value at least of the freebie seekers. So you want to make it like really clear that buying from you, supporting you, is a smart decision, because it is. If that's the strategy you're employing, which I'm going to show you in this training course, that's what you do. You give them at least 10 times the value of what they purchase. So I'm going to show you the actual result of employing this kind of technique. So let me go to Google Analytics. Here is, let me drag this in so you can actually see it properly. So this is my YouTube channel. At the moment, I've got 72,000 views. We're heading towards 73,000, I suppose. And we've got 1,900 subscribers. Let me show you the actual analytics. And I know this is the stuff that not many people in our industry like to show, because they want to keep this kind of mystery about it, or save this stuff for the training courses, those expensive $3,000 training courses. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to let you see this. So this is over the last 28 days. You can see the growth. And it looks okay. Everything's going in the right direction. Even if things weren't, even if these arrows were pointing down and turned red, that's okay. Because I'm going to show you why it's okay. So, as we can see, the watch time here is increasing. Generally speaking, it's moving in the right direction. Average view duration is up. Views, good. Likes going up. Dislikes going up. That's really good. The worst thing someone can do to your video is nothing. Not have any type of engagement at all. That is the absolute worst thing someone can do. If someone dislikes your video, that is a positive signal for YouTube, because it's triggering a reaction, and that's what YouTube wants. It wants to see that kind of engagement. So anytime someone dislikes your video or your content, remember, they're actually doing you a solid, because the algorithm looks at that and thinks, well, it's engagement. So there's no difference between a like and a dislike when it comes to the algorithm. So in the last 28 days, we've had over 500 likes, 15 dislikes. I'm quite happy with that percentage. I'll take that. We've had 173 comments. And if you've seen on my other sites, in terms of engagement over the last 28 days, okay, for what I generally do online with my websites, you'll know that this isn't that great, because with my ship website, you'll know that gets over 200 comments a day, just every single day on that website alone. So, I mean, that site has been going for a very long time now. So, you know, I've been chipping away at Profit Copilot, I mean, seriously, for about a year. So, I'm going to show you what kind of results I've got over the last year. So let's have a look at the last 365 days. So here you can see that the average view duration is down. That's okay. The watch time is up. Look at this, the way that it moves. So I'm going to reference this in a few minutes because I'm going to show you about the dip. The dip is something that if you've watched a few of my videos, you'll know what the dip is, but I'll run you through it again just in case you haven't, because it is so important, and just knowing about the dip, knowing that it exists, can make your business so much stronger. It can encourage you to continue. So let's have a look at the actual watch time over the last 365 days. So, okay, that looks pretty good, right? So as you can see here, so about a year ago, I started taking things seriously with Profit Copilot. Up until that point, the previous year, I think I only uploaded maybe once a week, if that, maybe once a fortnight, a couple of times a month. Let me show you. Let me show you the results of that activity. So where do we go? Lifetime. Let me show you the watch time over the lifetime. So this is going right back to when I first. No, it's not. Okay, there we go. It just took a few minutes to get serious. So here you can see that for. Well, since, I mean, okay, there's 2010. Oh, they are not available before 2012. Okay, so we'll start here. And as you can see, all this is just like a flat line. And things didn't start to happen in any way until 2016. And what happened here was I created a little training course, gave it away, and I used YouTube to host that training course. And there you can see the activity from that training course. I didn't upload very much, and because I got some results here, it told me that, okay, maybe people are interested in what I've got to say about digital marketing. Maybe I can build a small audience from this. So I started uploading maybe a couple of times a month, sharing what was working in my other businesses. And there you can see that in terms of growth. So let's go to the actual calendar. Let's see, 2016. Oops. Let's apply that and see what happens. Oh, we can also drag it in here. Okay, so I'm screwing up the analytics. Okay, there we are. Right, let me show you. Oh, is it still doing its thing? Yep. Right. So here, I launch a free course, host it on YouTube, and then I start uploading every now and then, not very frequently. I don't take it too seriously until where we are. So around here. Oh, go forward a bit. Yeah, around here I start taking things seriously. I start uploading on a very frequent basis. I decide that this Profit Copilot thing might have legs. I'm enjoying sharing my knowledge so much. I would love to make it my full-time career and really focus on it full-time instead of running all these multiple different websites. So I thought, well, I already have successful businesses. Let's give it a year. I'll take a year out of those. I'll just focus on Profit Copilot and see what happens. So I handed over control of my other websites to a team. They managed things for me, and it allowed me the freedom to focus on Profit Copilot, which turned out to just be around 4 hours a day. And that's what I put into Profit Copilot. So here you can see that in around November, I started to get serious, start to produce content, and this line, there's not much happening here until around here, I suppose. Then the content that I've created up until this point, and maybe here too, starts to compound and create results. So I had to go through all this before I get to this point. And okay, in terms of growth, I know that it's not setting the world on fire, but what we've got here is enough to tell me that I should continue with Profit Copilot. There's something really, really happening here, or it has the potential to happen if I continue. And at this stage, when I got to maybe here, I started to monetize Profit Copilot. And from this point onwards, it started generating the equivalent of a fairly decent full-time income. So from putting in all this work, and then from day one, actually the very first day I decided to monetize it, I made more money than I was expecting to make from it. So again, that told me that maybe I could do this full time. So even if I took time off now and I stopped producing content, this line will still continue to increase, probably at a slower rate. But I've already put in an awful lot of work here. I'm actually going to draw a diagram because this represents the dip perfectly, and we can actually line it up and sync it up if we want to. So let me show you the dip. Clear that. So the dip looks like this. So whenever we start a new project, we start out like this. We have high expectations, but let me put, let's do HE. So high expectations, and then this line represents time and results. So we don't get the results that we want. So therefore we start to get depressed. We start to get confused and wonder what is going on, that we're not getting the results that we expected or were promised if we've bought training courses. So the dip looks like this. Then we hit the dip, the bottom of the dip. And at this point, most people will decide to give up. So they'll quit. Let's give it a GU for give up. And then, of course, what happens is they drop out, or they purchase a new shiny object. So shiny object. And then they'll go back to the start with a new project, and they'll have higher expectations. They'll start working on it. They'll not get the results that they want. So then they'll get disappointed, depressed. They'll get frustrated. And then they'll get to the bottom of the dip and they'll quit. They'll give up, purchase a new shiny object, and repeat the cycle all over again. But what happens is, if we push through the dip, so let me show you. Here, for me, that was the dip. And it lasted a long time, right? That's where I was. I felt like giving up multiple times every week. And I wasn't sure if, during this phase, I wasn't sure if what I was doing was any good, because there was practically nobody checking it out. I wasn't sure if I had made a massive mistake, but I decided to push through the dip, and eventually I started having fun with it. I realized that this is going to take a long time to achieve results, and that's okay, because that's how everybody achieves success, like long-term success, is through going through this process. So I pushed through it and eventually started to get results. And there you can see the results I'm getting. And hopefully in time, this will go like more than I could have ever thought possible when I started out back here. I actually started down here. So the dip for me actually goes way back here. There, get some results, not much. And then slowly starts to climb, just like that. So that is the dip. That is the real world demonstration of the dip in action, using actual metrics, actual results, tangible things here. So it's not just a theory that people talk about. It's real. And if you are willing to push through this phase, which takes a long time, it can take a long time. If you push through this, do the work, do the grind, hustle, call it whatever you will eventually start to climb out of it and begin to see results. And listen, at this point in the journey, I'll show you something really, really important. If we do it right, so we just climb out of the dip, that if we do things properly, which I'm going to show you, that is a full-time income right there. So we don't need to get all the way up here. We don't even have to get here. We can just climb out of the dip a little bit. 50 visitors a day. No problem. Okay, so how do you feel about that? Let me know. Let me know what you think of this. Okay, so I've cleared the board. With that in mind, you know what to expect. You know it's going to look like that. What do you need? So, what you need. Okay, so here I'm going to tell you all the stuff that we need to make this work. You've probably already got most of this stuff. So you're going to have the right niche, and we've already covered that. Then you're going to need a domain name, so I'll put on DN domain name for that. Then you're going to need web hosting. Then you're going to need an autoresponder for your email. I'll run you through all of these. Then you're going to need content. Let's call it content marketing. And then you're going to need promotional offers, because we want to make money, right? So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that we need. 6. Oh dear. Let me correct that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's go through. Well, we've already got the niche sorted out, because that's going to be your passion. We covered that a few minutes ago. So domain name. Let's choose domain name. So let me bring in a window here. So I've just typed in domain name. So I might type something like domain registrar, something like that maybe. Then we've got loads of different options. I use GoDaddy personally. You can use 123reg, you can use names cheap, whatever. So I'm going to go GoDaddy because it's what I use. And let's go down here. So, as mentioned earlier, one of my passions is photography, Photoshop, that kind of thing. So when it comes to domain names, we've got like three different types of domain names. So we've got exact match domain names. So this is where you take a very specific keyword, key phrase, and you use that as the domain name. Then we've got partial match domain names, where we take some of the words that we want to be found in the search engines for and use them in the domain name. And then we've got a third type of domain name, which is branded domain name. So it's got nothing to do with keywords. Doesn't really matter which one you choose. I'll leave it up to you to decide. Let's say I'm going to enter the photography niche. So I'm going to just type in photography into GoDaddy. Obviously, the .co.uk, the big premium names are taken. So let's go for domain name. It's going to make some suggestions here. So photographybar.com, photography, loads of different options. There are other websites available that will help you to get domain name ideas. So let's say photography boss. Maybe that's a good one. It's a premium domain name, so nearly £400 or £500 for that. But anyway, type in your niche. Type in some words that you personally like the sound of to come up with a solid domain name. Then you can purchase it from GoDaddy or another registrar. It doesn't really matter too much. Second thing that you're going to need, the third thing you're going to need is web hosting. So you can just Google for web host. Now there's a whole heap of really bad hosting companies out there. So this might be some advice that you want to follow quite closely. I would avoid HostGator, Bluehost, some of the big names, because they don't have great customer service. And I know it's controversial to say that, considering that these guys offer really, really attractive affiliate commissions, and that's why people recommend them, so they can get the affiliate commission. You know, I don't work in that way. I can't really be bought, so I recommend maybe SiteGround. I use SiteGround. CrocWeb is good, so let me go to SiteGround. If I can spell that. So I use managed WordPress hosting for Profit Copilot at the moment. That might change in the future. I've actually done a video reviewing all the hosting companies that I've used over the last few years, and you know what? Most of them are terrible. The ones that are good have been SiteGround. I like that, and also CrocWeb, which I think is a bit cheaper, but I've had good results with both these companies. But let me say, CrocWeb, if you want good customer support, you have to argue it sometimes. So with this one, I've got enterprise hosting, I think, or is it a virtual server? No, it's enterprise hosting. So I host one website with CrocWeb, and I host Profit Copilot with SiteGround. I also use, let me get there, InMotion hosting, which I can't really recommend. I tend to host like demo sites that I'm messing around with. So fruit smoothie recipes that you've seen me use as a demo site, that's hosted with InMotion hosting, and you will see that in the videos where I've demonstrated that site, installing plugins and using the site is slow, it's buggy, and that's InMotion hosting. So I can't really recommend it. But for the price that I pay for the reseller hosting, which is, let me show you the package I've got with them. It is around $30 a month, I think, or $40. It's one of those two that I pay for to host my demo sites, and I do a lot of experimenting with small little niche sites, or I used to anyway. I haven't done it for quite a while, but still, they all live on InMotion hosting. They're not really serious sites. Okay, and the next thing that you're going to need is an autoresponder, an email system. So I would encourage you to invest in this. So the ones that I have used, let me list them down for you. So where are we at? Actually, let's take a note of everything. So we've got GoDaddy for domain names. So you might want to take notes as we go through. Web hosting, SiteGround. Or CrocWeb. Why have I put a G there? Sorry, that's meant to be a C. CrocWeb. They are the two that I recommend. Autoresponders. We've got a few options. So we've got Aweber. We've got Active Campaign, so I'll just put AC. We've got MailChimp. Then we've got Kartra, so I'll just put K. These are the ones that I have personally used. So let's go through them. So we've got Aweber. They give you a 30-day free trial, so you can try it out for 30 days. You should really try out a few different ones, see which one feels right to you. In my experience, Aweber is not the best option. I'll tell you what the best option is in a second, but in my experience, Aweber is only good if you are doing affiliate marketing on like a large scale. A lot of the hosting companies don't allow you to do significant levels of affiliate marketing, but Aweber does. So it might be the best option for you. Now here it says, it shows some of the automation stuff that it does. It's really buggy. When I tested this out, it didn't work properly. And I spoke to the customer support. They said, well, everything will work as it's supposed to later on this year. I waited a year. I went back to the support and I said, how are we doing? Have you got any update on getting things running as it should be? I want some advanced automation. And the answer was, we're going to get there later on this year. And that has been the answer every time I've asked. Can we have some advanced automation that works as advertised? It'll be fixed later this year. Can't really recommend Aweber, but it is another choice for you. Active Campaign. Oh no, I'm clicking the ads. I don't like. Apologies, Active Campaign. Don't mean to click the ads. It cost you a click. I still actually use Active Campaign. I'll actually show you inside Active Campaign if you want. It's really clever. If you want to build funnels, automation, that kind of thing, Active Campaign is really good. So let me show you inside my Active Campaign account. So let's go to automations. So here you can see that I've got quite a few up and running. Let me show you one of the automations. So this is how things look in Active Campaign. So we can tag someone when they subscribe to a list. Then we can split it so we can apply different conditions, create all different kinds of automations and different sequences depending on the action that our subscribers take. And that means that we can really increase our conversion rates and make more money because we're dealing with people based on the actions that they take. Now another one, let me show you, is MailChimp. Now these guys are really against affiliate marketing. So if that is a part of your strategy, and I would encourage you to use affiliate marketing to some degree, don't become dependent on it, because we all see these internet marketers that can they just promote other people's products every single day. And it's like they're on this treadmill. They have to promote product after product after product in order to survive. So they've built themselves into this corner that it's very difficult for them to get out of. So they're locked into this product launch machine that they can't really escape. Because if they stop promoting other people's products, they don't make any money. And that's not a really sound or sensible way to build a strong business that's going to survive. So you're in luck. I'm going to show you exactly how to build a strong business that does survive, that doesn't rely on commission or percentage rates or other people to promote you. So MailChimp, it's a good option if you're not doing affiliate marketing, but I would encourage you to do some affiliate marketing. We really use it as a way to test the market as well. So affiliate marketing has certainly got its place in what we're doing. It's just not the main business model that we focus on. It's not a consistent or reliable way to make money on the internet. Okay, now we've got the big daddy of them all. So we've got Kartra. This is really advanced. It might be too advanced for your needs. So if you're not sure which one to go for, really, I would probably go with Active Campaign, because that does pretty much everything that Kartra does, but it just focuses on email marketing. Kartra focuses on so much more. It does. I mean, it's like an all-in-one solution. It's absolutely amazing, but it might be overkill. So you can create these really fancy campaigns in Kartra, and they look a bit like that. So as you can see, it's similar to Active Campaign, the stuff that we can do, but with Kartra you can build out entire funnels, sales pages, membership programs. We can do help desk stuff. Kartra is just like. And you might be wondering, well, what about ClickFunnels? Everybody raves about ClickFunnels. I think if Kartra and ClickFunnels went head to head, Kartra will win. And the reason why it does that is because, first of all, it has way more features than ClickFunnels, and it works. So ClickFunnels works up to a point, but if you've been around for any amount of time, you'll know that the membership section of it is not very secure. It doesn't trigger payments when it's supposed to. It can drop out. You can lose money on your membership programs using ClickFunnels. And it also gives access to people who cancel, which is completely unacceptable. I've seen so many people complain about that with ClickFunnels. So that's why I'm not including ClickFunnels in this, because it can potentially lose you money. But, you know, we all take risks in business. We're all grown-ups, right? We make our own decisions, take responsibility for ourselves. So if you're adamant that ClickFunnels is the right option for you, go for it, man. For me, it's Kartra. That's where it's at. Okay, let's go back to our list. So we need content next. So we're going to go to Text Broker. And iWriter. So this is where we're going to get content made if we don't want to write it ourselves. So the first place is Text Broker. I've okay results with these guys. They have like a rating system for the writers. iWriter does as well, but Text Broker is a bit more expensive than iWriter, but the quality is a bit better as well, I think. Then we've also got iWriter, which I haven't used for a while, to be fair, but I used to use this all the time. So what I would do was, I'm going to get into the content stuff in a minute, but these might be resources that you want to consider as well. So what I would tend to do is take my videos and have them turned into blog posts here. So I'm going to run you through that in a minute. There are the sites to check out that stuff. Okay, so next we need to promote offers, or at least have an idea of what we're going to promote. So we've got, let's see, Amazon. Also got ClickBank. Also got JVZoo. We've got Warrior Plus. There's a whole heap of marketplaces out there. So this is how we're going to monetize our websites in the beginning. So we're going to find out how there are actually people willing to spend money on products. And they don't have to be our products, because what we want to avoid is creating products that we don't sell. So we have to test the market first. It's a technique called smell what's selling. So we test lots of different types of offers and find the right one that actually sells to that particular audience. Because listen, your audience is going to be different to everybody else's. So even if you do like something really shady and completely clone somebody else's website or their content, whatever, and try to emulate that, not just emulate, completely rip them off. If you do that, there is no guarantee that the products you promote will produce the same kind of income as the guy or gal who did it originally. And that is because every single audience and segment of audience is different to everybody else's. It's made up of people, right? It's just made up of people. And your audience will be unique to you. They will have unique problems and concerns and ways of communicating and engaging with your message than another market, even if it's in the same niche. So you build your own unique following, your own unique audience based on your values. So to find products that we're going to sell, go to Amazon, and if it's photography, so let's have a look at photography books. So this is another good way to validate that your niche is profitable. If books and magazines are being sold in that niche, for that topic, for that passion, then you're in a good place. So, my example, we've got books being sold, so we can promote these to our email list when we build it eventually. We can also sell, let's see, photography, cameras. So we could sell cameras, right? And earn a 4% commission on every sale. So if we're selling like that, which is almost £1,700, we're going to get a 4% commission on that if people buy it. So that's a pretty good way to monetize your email list. Another way could be to sell digital products, which I strongly encourage, because Amazon, like I said, is going to give you a 4% conversion rate. ClickBank and other digital marketplaces, they're going to give you between a 50% commission per sale and 75% commission per sale. So if we're in photography, so let's find one. So that's $50, and it's giving you 75% commission. So let's have a look at this. Pretty nice sales page. It's got all the stuff. Tells us they know what they're doing. So we might promote this to our photography list. Get 75% commission on every sale we generate. Now, if you're in other markets, JVZoo could be a good starting point, because they have a whole heap of other stuff just in it. Probably not to the same standard as ClickBank. Some of the products on here can be a little bit ropey, and same with Warrior Plus. Some of the products on here are amazing, high quality, awesome stuff, but there's a whole heap of junk as well. And that's not to say that there isn't junk on ClickBank too. There is, but ClickBank seem to have higher quality control than the other marketplaces. That is based entirely on my own experiences. So here's all the stuff that you need. So let me add this in. So write it in capitals because it's so important. If you don't have the passion, you're not going to succeed. It's that simple. Or it's going to be more difficult for you to succeed without it. So you need that. So passion, then you're going to need a domain name, you're going to need web hosting, you're going to need an autoresponder system, you're going to need content. You can make it yourself. I'm going to run you through some content ideas in a second. If you've got that passion, then creating your content is going to be really easy or easier. But we still might want to outsource some of it too. And I'll go into that in a second. So we've got content, resources, and now we know how to find offers to promote. If you're doing CPA, you can use Peerfly and Max Bounty, sites like that. I don't have that much experience with CPA. I think one of my friends used to do really well with it. I might have a word with him and bring him on the channel so he can talk to you about doing CPA, but I'm not a CPA guy. I'm more content, affiliate marketing, that kind of thing, product creation. So once we've got all this figured out, let's clear the board. Let's add in the content columns. So because we're going to use content marketing, right? So we're going to create content columns, and there's really 3 columns. Let me draw a line on here and create 3 columns. So the first column is text. So you write your articles. The second column is video. So it's another type of content that we can use if we want to. And then the third type is audio. So there are our 3 types of content. These are the content columns that we can use. You don't have to create all of these. You just find the right format for you. So you choose. Are you more comfortable writing? Is that your thing? Typing away at a keyboard, or using a mobile phone and writing out articles like that? So, I've got a text there from Logan. I forgot to answer that. So you can type away in Evernote or on even in your WordPress blog on your mobile phone if you want to. If you want to do that, I do that sometimes with Facebook. I'll be there in a coffee shop writing out a post for the Facebook group. That's facebook.com/groups/Profit Copilot. Come on, get involved in the group. It would be amazing to have you on board, and you get more content there as well from me, all for free. And you can use Google Docs as well, Word. There's a whole heap of word processors out there to choose from. So that's some options for writing text. Then you've got video, so maybe you're more comfortable being on camera. And I know that can be a scary prospect for some people, and that's okay. You absolutely do not have to do video if you don't want to. Or maybe you're comfortable just speaking, not writing or being on video, just speaking. So you get a microphone. Let me show you. Something like that. Can you see that? Blue Yeti. And you just record your thoughts, whatever. Let me move this closer. Hopefully that's okay and you can hear me. So you choose the one that is right for you, that you're most comfortable with. And we do that because the one that you enjoy most is the one that you're going to stick with. And it's really important that we stick with this, that we make a commitment to this stuff. I'm going to talk more about commitment in a second, because without that discipline, that persistence, which we mentioned earlier, you're not going to succeed. So in order to succeed, you've got to choose the one that the content column that you are most comfortable with. And that is going to be your starting point. So to do this, we choose the one that you're most comfortable with, and then find where your audience are hanging out for that particular type of content. So if you're writing articles, you might want to start with Medium. How do we spell Medium? Is it UM? Or equivalent, somewhere, maybe LiveJournal. Okay, you might be thinking, well, I've got a domain name, I've got a website. Why don't I just write content on my own blog, on my own website? And that's exactly what you should do, but we need to build an audience, don't we? So we need to find out where audiences are hanging out and put our content in front of them too. So it works in like a tiered structure in a way. So the first level content goes to grab the audience, pulls them into your ecosystem. I'll talk about the ecosystem more later on. But you pull them in. You use sources like Medium or LiveJournal, where there's lots of people hanging out, big audiences. You use that almost like as you use your content as bait on these platforms to attract your audience. For video, we can use YouTube, obviously. Vimeo, maybe. Not a W. Vimeo. For audio, we would do podcasting, so maybe iTunes, maybe Spotify. So you've got a few options there. I would have a look at each one of these content columns. Find your audience on different platforms, create content for that platform, funnel them into an email list. I'll go through this again properly in more detail later on, but you start with just one. So maybe text is where it's at. If text is your starting point, which I'm going to assume it is, because it is for most people, what you can then do is take that piece of content that you've published, you can repurpose it by reading it out into an audio file, saving that as an MP3 and uploading it to iTunes, Spotify, other podcast directories as a podcast. So there you have times 2 your audience. If you want to make a video of that and bite the bullet and appear on camera, then you times 3. This is not the end point. This is just the beginning, because we're going to break things up even further with the content that we create later on. So you just get one column first. Do that for 90 days. If you're comfortable, if it's going okay with one column, then you bring in a second column. Try that for 90 days. If both of these are going okay, bring in another column. Try it for 90 days. And this is how you grow an audience really fast on the internet. Okay, so we do a 90-day challenge. We create one piece of content every day for 90 days in order to get metrics. So we can see what our audience likes. We can see which traffic sources are working best for us And then of course we just do more of what our audience wants, and then promote that on the channels, the traffic channels that are working best for us. But this is just the beginning of the content marketing strategy. I'm going to show you the next stage now. So the next bit, let's clear the board. We're going to create micro content. So let me get the pen ready. Micro content. So we take those big columns of content, those individual awesome pieces of content that we make for our audience, and then we split it up. So we split content into small chunks, and this becomes micro content. And then we promote that on social media. So promote on media. So promote these small pieces of content on social media. So what do I mean by small pieces of content, micro content? What have we got? So we've got quite a few. So we can take quotes from articles and promote that. We can take images. We can make memes. If we want to, infographics. We can make charts and graphs. We can make short video clips. We can make teaser content. So we've got, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pieces, or 7 types rather, 7 types of micro content that you can use to distribute on different social media channels. So quotes could be good for Twitter, images could be good for Instagram, memes, Instagram, infographics. We could ask other bloggers to promote that infographic, so we can give them free content. We can promote charts, graphs maybe on Facebook, short vids on YouTube, teasers again on Facebook. So we look at the right channel for the right type of micro content and match it up. And we use that micro content to promote the main piece of content that we make. So every single piece of big content that you create, you break it up into smaller chunks. You can break it up into maybe 10 or 15 pieces of individual teaser or micro content and distribute that out across the internet and have more traffic coming into your main website, your main funnel. We'll get into funnels later on. Okay, so what about actual content ideas? Let me clear the board a second. So content ideas, because I know that a lot of people struggle with this stuff, right? And I struggled with it too. Before I started doing a 90-day content creation challenge, I figured I wasn't really a content creator. I knew how to curate content, which is completely separate, something else entirely. I knew how to do that and profit from other people's content, but I didn't know how to I didn't know really how to create my own content and turn that into something valuable. So I'm going to show you how to do that now, because once I did the 90-day content creation challenge, by the end of it, by 90 days, I was hooked on creating content. It became addictive, and it gave me the self-belief and confidence that I needed to go out there and create even more content. So it kind of kick-started everything for me with Profit Copilot. Because up until that point, I was just messing around. I didn't really take it too seriously. But that 90-day challenge changed everything. I ended up doing around 128 days by the end of it was crazy. I needed a day off, so I took maybe 2 days off, and then come the Monday again, the Monday morning, I was itching to get back at it, and you can see how much content I create for Profit Copilot. It's because I'm hooked on it. I love doing it. I love the response, the reactions that people have to the stuff I create, because they get such value from it, and I can see that. I can see how it's impacting people's lives in such a positive way. So let's give you some ways to generate content ideas. The thing that you got to do is brainstorm. So here's a little challenge for you. This is a workshop, so I want you to at least take down this note. So I want you to write down 20 topic ideas in 20 minutes. Chances are that you're going to get those 20 topic ideas in way less than 20 minutes. But give yourself 1 minute per topic to come up with that. Chances are you're going to completely smash this. So once you've got your 20 topic ideas, it becomes easy. If you can do that in 20 minutes, you're set. You're going to be okay. So, I mean, that's using your own brain, your own mind to generate content, right? So the second way I've got for you is Google Alerts. For keywords. So what I want you to do is think about the content and the keywords and the phrases that people use in your niche. Create Google Alerts for each of those. I used to do this like way back. I haven't needed to use Google Alerts for a long time, but it helped me when I was starting out with certainly with content curation, trying to find other people's pieces of content to use ethically and legally, of course. You can improve existing content. So what you could do is just have a Google for content topic ideas in your niche, see what other people are doing and improve upon that. So use that as a foundation or inspiration. Don't just copy and completely plagiarize it or anything, but use it as a foundation. And what I like to do is have a look at multiple articles on one topic and see what's missing and fill in the gaps. And I take maybe a piece of one article. I don't take it and just use it. I become inspired by a piece of content in that article and use that inspiration to create something unique. And then I'll take inspiration from another piece of content and another piece of content, and I will kind of stitch together this unique piece of content that is filled with my own thoughts and experiences about that topic. So inject it with your own opinion in there as well. Make sure you've got your own opinion on everything that you cover, and tell stories. Use it as an opportunity to weave in stories. I've got more training, which I'll tell you about another time, about storytelling. If you want to grow faster and have that engagement and people react and respond to your message, you need to learn how to tell stories. I've actually got free videos on the YouTube channel about storytelling. I give you story arcs that you can use. Go ahead, check those out. They're really useful. And it's the same story arcs that I use in all my stuff. So the next piece of content that we could make could be a top 10 best or worst So these are called listicles. So they don't have to be the top 10. It could be the top 5, top 3, whatever you like. So just find the top, the best or the worst things in your niche. We can also interview experts. We can look at forums, Facebook groups. We can look on facts on other websites and blogs. We can see what type of questions are being asked, and then write content that answers that question. We can list useful hacks, so we can create useful hacks. We could do roundup posts. So let me move this down. Roundup. So here's what we do with roundup posts. So with the expert interview, we're just asking one person a series of questions. Roundup posts, we ask multiple experts one question and ask them to answer it in, say, 100 words. So we ask 10 experts one question, ask them to answer it in 100 words, and then we compile those answers. So now we have 10 100-word paragraphs from 10 experts. So that's a 1,000-word article minimum, plus 10 people, 10 industry experts will probably want to promote that piece of content for you. That's a really smart strategy. One of the most powerful ways of getting traffic to a website and growing an audience. So we've also got case studies. I do this a fair bit on Profit Copilot because what I do is you can do it two ways. So you can have a look at how someone's success is, how successful someone is, or we can have a look at someone's failure. So I'll just put S for success, failure, F for failure. So how I do it is, if someone is achieving the success that my audience wants to achieve, I will show my audience how that person achieved success through a case study. Also, if my audience are having problems that they need to fix, I will often show case studies of other websites that are experiencing the same problems and how that website can fix those problems. So you've got two different ways of using case studies there. Now, we've got quite a few different ways of generating content, but one of the most powerful ways that I use is to use your phone. So what we do is we take notes, because inspiration is going to strike you at the weirdest of times in the strangest of places. So you want to be prepared for that. You expect that when it comes to creating content, your mind is going to just trigger ideas, inject these into you without any warning, and you need to be there to capture them, to jot them down, because trust me, you will not remember these ideas. And you might get like 10 or 20, maybe not that many, but you get like a handful of solid ideas in like a burst every now and then. So you just need to jot them down. Even if at the time you feel that, oh, I've got this one single idea for a piece of content, it's so good I will not forget it. Don't chance it. I can't tell you how many pieces of awesome content I've forgotten about, because in that moment I was like, I'm absolutely going to remember this. There's no way I'm going to forget it. 2 hours later, when I had a chance to sit down and start working on it. I was like, what was that again? What was I doing? Don't chance it. Just use your phone. Take notes of when inspiration strikes. So here, how many have we got? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ways to generate content ideas right there. Okay, so wow, that's quite a lot of stuff we've already gone through, right? And I don't know how long we've been doing this, an hour and a half, maybe. Let's carry on, shall we? So I was actually in two minds about splitting this up into smaller videos or keeping it as one self-contained thing. There's pros and cons of each, but I thought, well, let's just do something different. Because you've probably not seen something like this before, right? Given away for free. So let's carry on. Now we're going to really get down into where are we at? The monetization. Oops, let me be pedantic about that. Money. So we're going to make money, and we're going to do this through using funnels. I'm going to show you 2 funnels in a few minutes. We're going to pull people into the funnel through making awesome content that delivers absolute value to our audience. So we use this, the content, to deliver value, to build a relationship. So relationship, and that will build trust. Once we have that trust, we can then make relevant suggestions of other products. So promo. Okay, I'm actually going to give you 16 ways to profit. I'm going to tell you the most profitable ones of those to use. So we can really, it comes down to promoting our own products or other people's products. So this is all the components involved in making money from a website. So we use funnels, we use the content that delivers value, that builds a relationship and trust. And then because we've delivered so much value and built so much goodwill and trust, when it comes to recommending products that we know will help our audience, people will be more inclined to buy it because they know that you've got their best interests at heart. And if you're in a niche where you don't really have a passion for it, it's hard to do that. It's hard to build this relationship and trust. So the value, the relationship and the trust comes from having a passion. If you don't have that passion, you won't know what value is. You won't really know. You won't be able to judge if the information you're sharing or creating or hiring someone else to create delivers value. And because you don't know really what people want in that niche, what the real problems are or how to solve them, you won't be able to make that relationship strong, and you won't be able to develop that trust. So you need that passion, because it's a two-way street. So let's have a look at funnels. So I'm going to show you exactly from top to bottom the entire funnel structure of how all of this works, how all of it works. So here I'm in Funnelytics, and let's start. Remember, a few minutes ago we looked at micro content. So we have all the micro content distributed on different social media platforms, and it all points back to that single piece of epic content that you've created. On that epic piece of content, you ask people to subscribe or opt in to your email list. You can do that through offering a freebie, an ethical bribe. I'm actually going to make more videos. If you want me to make them, let me know. I'm going to make more videos on actual funnels, like serious funnel structures. But for the purpose of this training course, this is going to get you up and running. This is going to make you money. And we don't really need to delve any deeper into this topic at the present time. Once you have all these components in place, you'll be good to go. So we have micro content that funnels people to your piece of epic content. Ask people to subscribe to your email list. Once they opt in, they are now on your email list. You will profit from people once they opt into your email list through through recommending products that can be your own product or other people's. So we profit on the back end, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So let's clear the board and let's write on the email campaign, because we need that, don't we? So if we have a look here, so I've run you through all this. We've already covered that stuff in pretty amazing detail. Now we're going to focus on this bit, the email sequence. So I'm going to email. Let's just call it funnel for now. Keep it simple. So for this to work, for the email sequence to work, we need three things to really profit. So we need the 3 E's. So they are entertain, educate, and earn. So every email that you send will have one of these E's. So it will have, you can have all three, but it will have at least one of these. So the actual copy of your email will contain one E at least. So the structure works like this. So I'm going to give you like a 5-day email sequence, which is profitable. This really is profitable. If you use this sequence, you will absolutely make money, providing you have a passion for your niche and you're targeting the right audience with the right offer. So let me show you. So we're going to soft sell for 4 days. And then we're going to pitch on 1 day. So you might start on a Monday with an entertaining email. You might have an educational email on Tuesday. You might have an entertaining one again on Wednesday. On Thursday, you might have another educational one. And then on the Friday, the pitch day, you might have an earn email. And the earn is where you ask someone to buy from you. That's the pitch, the pitching email. So just so we get it a bit clearer, let me change color so you can see this. So entertain is soft sell. Let's go with blue. Educate is soft sell. And then earn is the pitch. So let me show you. Okay. So this is the email funnel. So if we have a look here, we've got the content portion sorted out. Once they opt in, we need to bring them into the email sequence. And this is it. This is the email sequence. So if we drill down into this, if we expand that to open, that's what we see. So day 1, we send them an entertaining email, and this can be a personal story. So you share something from yourself. You become personal, and then that means you become more likable and more trustworthy. So we share a personal story about your struggle, maybe about your experience in the niche. And listen, I see a lot of copywriters criticizing people for using the word I in their copy. That's okay. You can use the word I in your copy if the story you're telling relates to your audience. If they can imagine themselves in your shoes, in your situation or your position, it's fine to use the word I, because people will place themselves inside that story. And this is why storytelling is so important. Check out those 3 videos that I've got on Profit Copilot for you. They're going to really help you develop storytelling technique, because that's how we sell. You can pretty much, I think Colin from Cult of Copy, he effectively writes out an engaging story, highly entertaining, and then puts a buy button at the end, a link to a buy button. And he makes a lot of money just from that. And it's not particularly clever, but it works, right? It works for him, and he seems to be doing really well from it. So if you develop storytelling and inject that into your copy, into your email sequences, you're going to do really well. So we tell a personal story that relates to your topic, it's entertaining, and it relates to a product that you're promoting. So you have a very soft sell. So it's not explicit, you're just telling a story, and this is how I solved the problem. Link to a sales page. They make a purchase, and then they enter your buyers list, where you treat them completely different from everybody else. Once they step over that threshold, they become incredibly special. They deserve a huge amount of significance and value from you. They deserve your personal support and attention. You help these guys. I've already said how important that is, because you want them to buy from you again, right? You want them to tell other people how amazing you are, what kind of customer service you provide. You want testimonials. You want you want it for real, right? We all want it for real. So you tell a personal story, recommend a product, they purchase, they go into the buyer's list. Day 2, you can send them an educational email. So you tackle a problem, help them solve it. And maybe if they want some more advanced information or help or whatever, they can make a purchase to a product. Day 3, we go back to entertaining them. So we can have a before and after story. So what life was like before someone achieved the results, and then how life changed after they've achieved the results. By the way, if you want those results, you can get them through purchasing this product here. Day 4, we go back to educating them. So it could be a how-to email, actually run them through a tutorial on how to do something, how to solve a problem. And hey, if you want more information on how to do that, get bigger and better results, you can get it through this product here. And then on day 5, if they still haven't purchased here, you can say, look, I've given you all this awesome value throughout the week. You've learned how to do X, Y, and Z. I've shown you how to do it for free. I want you to get better results. I want you to actually change your life. And you can do it through purchasing this product here. So that is the structure. That's the email sequence that you can use. There's multiple different sequences out there. If you've purchased my products, you'll know that I give you different sequences, different ideas on how to profit. Because, listen, you can use this every single week of the year. It's no problem. You can do that. You can promote different products at every stage, or the same product or stages. It does not matter. It is entirely up to you. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. But you can absolutely make things a little bit more interesting for yourself, at least. And you can mix it up a bit by having different types of email campaigns. So this might be the week 1 campaign. You might have a different campaign for week 2, week 3. You might mix it up a bit And I would encourage you to do that, but even this will get you good results. Okay, so we all good with that? Everyone happy with how that looks? Right, let's clear the board. Let's get down into the next section, which is 16 ways to make money. So here I'm going to give you 16 ways to make like serious income from your website and from your email list. So the first way is your own products. And I would strongly encourage you to make your own digital information products. And listen, if you want to know how to do that, I'm going to give you a free training course. There's maybe 2 or 3 videos that will help you to get started with that process. By the end of the free training course, you'll have your very first digital information product on sale, making money. I'm going to give that to you for free. So I want you to go to profitcopilot.com/passive income. Okay, go there, get that free training course. It's just a couple of videos, not very many. It's not going to take you very long to get through. So by the end of it, you'll have your very own digital information product that you can sell. So that is easily the most lucrative way that I have ever discovered of monetizing an email list or a website, because I have literally made 5 figures a day from selling my own digital information products. And it wasn't a one-hit wonder. I've done it multiple times. So I'm going to show you how to build your own, make. They're really easy. They're really quick and easy to make. You won't believe just how easy it is. So go there, profitcopilot.com/passive income. Then the second way that we've got is affiliates. So this is where we take a commission. We earn a commission from somebody else's products. Let me just clean that up a little bit. So if you're taking screenshots or whatever, it might be beneficial. So affiliate products. So this is where we have a look at ClickBank, JVZoo, Warrior Plus, even Amazon. We recommend products, earn a commission on every sale we make. Then we've got membership sites. And this creates recurring income every month. They're the very sensible, smart way of doing it, but compared to the amount of people who will buy this, these are gone. The people who subscribe to your membership site is going to be way less. So if you want to make money up front faster, develop your own information products. If you're happy to build up more trust and deliver more value to your marketplace, memberships are a good strategy for that, because you do have to develop that develop that relationship, make it stronger for people to value you enough to give you a percentage, even though it's a small percentage of their earnings every month. So membership sites are a smart strategy, but they still pale in comparison to making your own information products for immediate earnings. Long term, this is where it's at. But another way is to offer a paywall. So we've seen news websites try to do this in recent years, and that is where it's similar to a membership site, but they block access to content that is publicly available in smaller sections, I suppose. So they will have a portion of an article that is visible, and then the rest of it is hidden behind a paywall. So if you want to read the whole article, you have to subscribe that way. Another way that's very popular is to offer services. So you might offer a VA service, you might be a writer, freelancer, you might offer web design, that kind of thing. Another similar to offering a service is to offer coaching. So you can become a coach or a mentor, help someone achieve results, actually work with them one-on-one and deliver value that way. Another way is to host masterminds. Oops. So this is where you have a small group of people, all similar people who want to learn advanced tactics, advanced strategies in your niche. So these can work out very lucrative. So you can charge between, say, $2,000 a ticket, $10,000 a ticket. It's entirely up to you. So if you have a small group of, say, 5 people attending a mastermind group or a group coaching session here, you know, and each one are paying $10K for a ticket. It's $50K. But there's a strategy behind selling these too, and you do have to deliver even more value to justify charging that kind of price. So you could also do events. Now, I've done some events in the past, and I found them to be pretty lucrative. So you just allow other people to come and speak on stage. You can have one person or multiple people at these events speaking, and then you charge tickets for access to that. It's a really nice way of networking with people, so you get to deal with the right people, and it's also a pretty good way of making some income. And generally at these events, you will allow people to do a little pitch to promote their stuff if they want to. You can have a strict no pitching policy and then pay them a little bit, pay the speakers a little bit more for agreeing and coming to speak to your crowd. Okay, it's getting a bit crowded on here, so let's divide things a little bit. So let's carry on with this list. Another way of monetizing your website, and this is really good if you've got a blog, so sponsorships. So, is that spelt right? You know what I mean, right? So sponsorships are where someone will pay to publish an article on your website. So generally they will provide the article, they will link to products or services or their own site, whatever, in that article, and then they will pay you a fee to publish that on your website. So these are a little bit controversial because they contain links, and Google does not allow bloggers to sell links on their website, which is kind of hypocritical of Google, because if we look at the front page of any Google search, let's have a look. That's an ad. That's a link. Google themselves sell links through the form of AdWords, right? So for them to say that it's not right for bloggers to sell links on their own website is completely hypocritical of me. Hypocritical of them in my view. So that is one option. How much can you charge for sponsorships? It all depends on your traffic levels and your niche. There's so many variables involved. What I did with my websites is when I had people asking if they could buy sponsored posts, I initially charged them like $25. And then I thought, hang on, people are coming back to me very quick saying yes. What if I double? I started charging $50. Again, people coming back really fast. Well, what if I double again? $100. People still coming back to me really fast. Okay, what happens if I charge $150? It took a bit longer for people to come back to me. Some people would say no. Some people would say yes. So that told me I wanted to be around $125. So that's where I settled on, $125. But if they have multiple links, then, they got to pay for them. So for me, it bounces between $125 up to $200 for sponsored articles. And listen, I don't accept any sponsored posts on Profit Copilot. That is the one website, maybe the second website. I've got two sites where I do not accept them. And that is because I want the content on those websites. I mean, it's based on my passion, right? And I don't want to dilute that website or either of those websites with, I don't want to sully it with sponsored posts. That's just my personal opinion. I think if you can get sponsorships and sponsored posts for your blog, absolutely do it. Who cares what Google thinks? They only find out if someone tells them. I mean, I couldn't care. I think if you're depending on traffic from Google, then you're doing things wrong anyway. So other ways to make money from your website through pay per click ads. So this is like AdSense, banner ads. So you're going to have loads of traffic in order to do well from AdSense. The most I've ever done from AdSense was around $4,000 a month. And that was from a really high traffic website. And it'd been going for quite a while. And I was working with the top people in my industry, getting traffic from the top guys. And still $4,000 a month from AdSense. Better ways, easier ways to make money than that. But it's an option. If you want it, then you can also sell ad space directly, so direct ad space, which is more profitable than AdSense. Direct ad space. So if you go to buysell-ads.com, list your website on there, it will give you a little piece of code to install on your site, so it will track your traffic levels, and then it will report that information to potential advertisers. And if they like your offer, however much you decide to offer that ad space for, they will either accept or decline that offer. And typically you would sell CPM, so that's cost per milli. Milli is Latin for thousand, so it's cost per thousand really. So every 1,000 visitors or page views that you get, you would charge maybe $5, $10, whatever you believe that traffic to be worth. And then an advertiser will give you X amount every month to cover that CPM rate. So again, you're going to need a lot of traffic to do well from that, but it's an option, right? And I want to give you all the options available to you and let you, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, decide for yourself which options are the right ones for you. So the next one is CPA. I briefly touched on this a few minutes ago, but I'm not that up on CPA. Maybe I should ask one of my friends to come and talk to you about it. But this is where you generate leads for other companies. So instead of funneling leads into your own email list, you funnel them into somebody else's email list, and then you get paid for every lead that they verify. So companies like Peerfly and Max Bounty specialize in doing that. So maybe check those out if that business model seems like it's an attractive one to you. Then we've also got ecom. I do have experience with e-commerce. Let me tell you something about e-commerce. It was a pain in my arse. I went into it fairly balls deep, and I ended up hating it. So in addition to my blog, which was doing really well, the one that was making around 4K from AdSense, I thought, hey, I can sell DVDs, I can sell other stuff. And what ended up happening was I was selling niche specific DVDs. And my apartment at the time, the living room was just filled with all these boxes. I actually have one of those boxes left. Well, and I've kept that as a memento to remind myself of where I've been. Let me pause the video and I'll go get the box just to prove that I'm not talking out my ass. Okay, I've just brought in this box. Let me show you. Oh, it's quite heavy. This is box. It's full of DVDs. Let me show you. We actually manufactured our own. Well, we got a company to manufacture it for us, but these were films that we made and we produced. And this is DVD. Look at that. All the same DVD. And I don't know how many is in there, maybe 50 DVDs. I'll show you. Just so you can see that they're actually all the same. Right? All the same DVD. 50 of them. Never sold these ones. Kept it as a memento, as a reminder of where I've been on my entrepreneurial journey. And the... let me put this down. So, I've never actually shown that on video before, but there, it's a part of my journey, so I keep it just as a little memento to remind myself that, you know, on my bad days, hey, at least I don't have an apartment filled with these boxes full of DVDs that I have to send out. I don't have to stand in the post office line, you know, however long, every single day, sending out all these packages and packages of DVDs to different places. I don't have to have that angry queue of people behind me who are fuming that I'm holding things up with this big, you know, I don't have to manually stuff these DVDs into envelopes, seal them up and write on or print out the address. I keep that as a reminder that digital products really are where it's at. So much easier. Okay, so the next one on our list is to create niche classified sites. So classifieds. So here you allow people in your industry to advertise on your website. So you charge them per individual advert or monthly fee. I've done both and I've done okay from it. Next, you could ask for donations. And again, I've done this and I've done okay from it. I think I was making a few hundred a month just from donations. I asked people to support the website financially. Well, one of my websites. And this is going back a few years actually, because there's been points in my journey where it's been a real struggle. So I've tried pretty much everything that I can think of to monetize my websites, and asking for donations was one of them, and it worked out. It did okay. In addition to some of these other these other methods, you know, but by far the best one is making your own information product. And then the last monetization idea I've got for you, when all else fails maybe, is to flip the site. So, whoops. So you go to Flipper or somewhere and you put it on sale. You just get rid of it, sell it for X amount, whatever you believe the website to be worth. So here you've got 16 ways to make money from your website. So the best one is obviously information products. Make your own information products. Get that free training course. Go get it. You got to do it. Open up a new tab, maybe profitcopilot.com/passive income. Just get that free course. Start selling your own information products. You will be thankful that I've recommended that, because it saves all the hassle out of all of these different ones. And I've tried most of these. I've certainly done okay from affiliate marketing, and that's good if you want to test the market like we've already discussed. But really, these two guys, affiliate marketing and your own information products, that's where it's at. Because you don't have to have all the hassles of the other ones. And let me tell you something. When you do this right, when you get it right, you have effectively, you've made a job. Now, I know we don't like jobs, we don't like bosses, but you have effectively made your own job here. And it's better to make a job from scratch than to be given a job by someone else and have a boss. So here, when we make our own, I've actually spelled that as joy, which it kind of is. There we go. Job. You make a job. And it is full of joy, actually. Profit from your passion. And it becomes that. It becomes like a hobby. Okay, that's all well and good. But what about my plans for the future? I promised I'd share that with you too. Now, as I hinted, I'm not going to have any social life in the next year. Besides having family holidays and spending time with close friends, weekends away, that kind of thing. At the moment, I actually only work about 4 hours a day on Profit Copilot, and I make a reasonable income from that. I'm very happy with the results I get from Profit Copilot, but I can only imagine what would happen if I worked 8 hours a day, every day. I wonder what would happen if I could grow my business. So that is something that I'm going to start exploring. I'm going to start expanding my team. They're going to handle a lot of the incoming inquiries. They're going to have a more active role in my business. The team is going to grow a little bit. And I'm going to spend a considerable amount of my time working on the membership area. I'm going to really invest a lot of my personal time and attention in that area for my existing students. I'm really focused on developing and fostering community in there. So that's my plans for the next year, to go from 4 hours a day to 8 hours a day. We'll see how I manage. Maybe I'll shoot another video in a year's time to say how that went. But listen, you don't have to do that. You don't have to work 8 hours a day in order to succeed. In fact, if you just want traffic, like today, to profit from that strategy that I've just run you through, that training course I've just given you, if you want traffic like today, go to profitcopilot.com/traffic. You're going to get another free training course. That's the second free training course I've given you inside this training course. This is like free training course inception, right? So go to profitcopilot.com/traffic. Get that. It's going to give you free traffic sources that you've probably not seen before. And if you found this useful, hit the like button below. Subscribe to the channel too. You're going to get a whole heap more videos just like this. It's going to help you grow online and do amazing things. And remember to hit the little notification bell when you subscribe now, because that will notify you when I upload another video, which is going to be on Monday. So have a fantastic weekend. I will see you again on Monday, and take care, guys. Thank you for checking this out. See you on Monday.